Hey everyone, how's it going? Are we ready for this? Let me pull all my stuff up.
This one curl is the reason I...
All right. Welcome. There's Annette. There's Siah. Okay, good. I just want to make sure the link is working. Welcome to Kassiah's channel. I am her sister, Susan, and I take over her channel once a month. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes we make a pouch that should take 30 minutes and it takes 2 hours. Sometimes I think that I can make a big messenger bag and it takes me 2 or 3 videos. That's how it goes. So today we're going to do the Plover, I think I'm saying it right, the Plover Pouch by Noodlehead. And she actually has a great video. I watched her video to learn how to do this. So you can go and look at her video how to do this. And I am going to just follow her pattern actually. The only thing different that I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a slip pocket instead of a mesh pocket just because I didn't have mesh in the right color. I only had black and I didn't want to use black. All right, who do we got? Oh, Jan, always ready. Excited to see you at Wonderground. Oh, good, Lynn, you're going to be there. Yeah, we're super excited to go to that. We had a lot of fun last year. Wonderground is in California, and Kassiah taught a class earlier this year, and so we're going back again. And I'm just kind of the, the sidekick. It's been forever since you've been able to catch a live. Excellent. Glad you're here. Oh, Brittany's here too. Thanks, Annette. She's got the Plover Pouch by Noodlehead linked on there if anyone wants to do it. It's this cute pouch, so let me show it to you. Dun, 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 dun. I made this one and I videoed the different steps of it the other day. You can see it's a pouch and it's got a gusset. So it's not like a box pouch. It actually has a gusset. I quilted the base because I put foam in it. You don't have to do that. I think that... Oh, Wonderground sold out again, Siah? I didn't know that. That's really cool. She calls for different interfacing than I used, and the only reason I use different stuff is because that's what I had. I just used what I had. I decided I'm not going to go and buy different things. I'm just going to use what I have. So this is like a really lightweight canvas that I got from a new company, Tulip Bee. Love it. I actually stole it from Kassiah, if you want to know the truth of it. And then this vinyl is also from Tulip Bee. It's this cute little Halloween ghosty vinyl. And you can see that it's got this zipper panel pop-up thing here. And the thing that's different about this pouch is you notice the zipper ends, boom and boom. They're both long and they actually snap. They snap down. And what is the purpose of it? I think the purpose is to be cute. I mean, you could do a zipper a different way. You could do the 90-degree turn and just have one hanging off if you wanted. I suppose you could put them both to where they're even with it. I went ahead and did it the way that the pattern called for, and I liked it. I decided not to put vinyl on the tabs because you have to fold and fold again. I just put cotton on here. Her patterns call for more cotton stuff, but I just thought I would do whatever I wanted, and I wanted to do vinyl. And the heart wants what it wants. Am I right? I'm right. On the inside, I just put more of that canvas and that you can see the mesh pocket is in this one because I had the black mesh and I thought it would look good. So there's a slip pocket. I don't know which side. And then there's a zipper pocket on that side. So it has a zipper, a slip, and the zipper tape that goes snip, snap. And you could put a pocket on the outside if you wanted. You can kind of do whatever. So that was my first one. And then I decided to try, and that one I top stitched at the very end. This one, I did another one. Oh, you ordered Tulip Bee's glow in the dark. Okay, that's so cool. Carrie Pechtel says she wants that pouch. So Carrie, it's yours. Sold. Sold to the lady on the internet who wants it. You can have it. Okay, this one was a practice one I did, and I didn't top stitch on the last step just to see how it looked. In case you have a machine that you're not sure if it'll top stitch, I think it's fine. I think it looks great. So you don't have to top stitch if you don't want to. Same thing, I did the snaps on the sides, but because I didn't have the right color mesh on this one, I decided to make slip pockets out of just material instead. So I think it works. And so I cut the same size as I would have if I was doing mesh. So I really have followed the pattern, but instead of cutting one piece of mesh with some fold over elastic, I just cut 2 pieces of canvas for this one and put them together and flipped them out. So that's what we're going to do today. So the only difference is the mesh. Hi, Rose. Ha, Shanta. Heather, you made it. You're not working right now? That's awesome. Okay, so we are going to make it out of, get ready for this. The exterior is going to be a combination of, the gusset's going to be made out of Smoothie Smooth from Tulip Bee. She named it after my silliness when I couldn't figure out what it was called, and I kept calling it Smoothie Smooth. And I went ahead and I quilted the bottom of it, once again, because I wanted it to be a little more firm, so I put foam in it, but you don't have to do that. And then I did interface these 2 gusset pieces with Decaville Light. Once again, the pattern calls for different types of interfacing. You can use whatever you think your material requires. I just used what I had, and I didn't go out and buy anything. I thought it'll work or it won't. I think it'll work. Okay, and then my main panel is this vinyl that I got from My Little Shindig. Isn't it so cute? Adorable, right? And I went ahead and I already put a tag on one side. Oh, thanks, Annette. Annette, I did the diamonds first, and then I thought I was going to be extra and do a second line. And the second line, if one line of quilting is good, 2 is much better, much better. So anyways, the exterior will look like this, and I'm going to be using a hot pink Leslie zipper tape from SiahSwag. And then the interior is going to just be this really simple canvas. So it's really kind of simple colors today. 2 plains with 1 printed. This canvas I think I got from Kassiah's closet at some point. I really don't know. It's been there for a while, and it's got like wrinkle marks in it, which is maybe why it was in her closet and not being used. But I figured for the interior, you know what I mean? Wrinkle marks, like it's not wrinkled, but there's like marks on it. But I figured for the interior, that's okay. It just looks a little distressed. I think it'll be a great interior. So let me put my stuff in order. I do have it in a certain order, so I can do it right. That goes there, that goes there. That goes there, that goes there. That's what we're gonna do. Are we ready? Hello from South Africa. Okay, that's incredible. All right. Are we ready? I need a drink of water first. Now I'm ready. Okay. Let's switch this. My chair is very noisy. Sorry about that. Okay, so this very first step was something that was different for me. And I was a little nervous to do it, actually. But I watched the video and I was able to figure it out. Okay, so we're just making tabs on the end here of the zipper, because that's the part that's going to hang down and be snapped. Okay, so I just went ahead and did one. And so what she has you do is you cut out a rectangle, all right? And then you fold in this rectangle on all sides. You fold it in a 1/2 inch. And you can do it by ironing, you can do it by taping, you can do it by gluing. She used a certain fabric glue a lot in her video, which, like a little glue stick. Do you guys use a glue stick? It looked really actually pretty amazing, but she was using mostly cottons once again. I think her patterns or this pattern was more for cottons, but once again, I just decided to use what I had. And so I had like lightweight canvases, Smoothie Smooth, and vinyl. And I'm just trying to be aware of what my machine can handle. If I was doing this on a different machine, Oh, I think I could still do vinyl. I just wouldn't do the top stitching. Boop. Okay, so you fold it this way by 1/2 inch. Okay, and what I do is I mark 1 inch and then I fold it to that mark. Now we're going to do the other sides. Our long end, I guess it's the fatter ends now, or the skinnier ends. So now I'm going to go ahead and use tape each time for mine. I did have an iron out before and I was trying to iron it, but I didn't think it held it any better than the tape. So we're just going to do tape. Hi, Donna. Donna's Miss West Virginia. Almost heaven, West Virginia. Do you ever sell your sewing? I'm going to the hospital November 15th for a triple bypass. Oh my word. And I need something like that pouch to put some things in. Dawn, reach out to me. Dawn, do you want this one? Where is it? Dawn, if you want this one's not spoken for, and I'd be happy to give it to you for your hospital stay. So can you reach out to me through Siah or me? I'd be happy to send it to you. So I should say this pattern actually comes in 3 different sizes. And this size that I'm doing is the medium. I was going to do one of each to try them out. Then I thought, nope. I'm just going to do the same one a few times to practice it. And I do want to show you something. When I fold in these ends, if I just fold them straight down, these little guys like to tuck out to where you can see them. And so I actually kind of cheat and I go a little further in. It tucks them away, tuck. That way they won't kind of be wings and come out. And I'm so sorry, I'm not great at reading comments. I need to bring it closer, I think. Yeah, Don, just email at SiahSwag, give me your address, and I'd be happy to mail it to you. I'm sorry you have to go to the hospital for a triple bypass. Oh, girl. I hope everything goes really well and that recovery is, I won't say good because recovery is always terrible, but I hope it's like doable. Our dad had one of those a few years ago. I think his was like a 5. It was supposed to be quadruple, but they did 5. I don't even know what that's called. A quintuple. Is that a word? Okay, so we've got we folded it in on all 4 sides by 1/2 inch, and then you just fold it in half like this, okay? So this next part is the part I was saying I had never done before. So next what you do is you're going to cut out the teeth, and you're going to cut up right next to the teeth up to just under 1 inch. I don't think the measurement is like super precise, but I did mark on here 7/8 of an inch just so I don't go past it. Okay, so I cut on either side of the zipper, and then I'm just going to cut the teeth off, but I'm going to leave the tape. Teeth be gone. Okay, and then just because we're messing with the zipper, I'll just kind of light it a little bit just so we don't lose it. Okay, so then, let's see if I can reach my tape from here. What I'm going to do, she glues it, but I'm just going to put a little piece of tape here so we can secure this tab on, and we're going to sew this tab right onto the end of the zipper tape. Now make sure you put your zipper pull on before you do these, otherwise you're going to post one of those pictures on the internet that says, oops, I did it. And everyone will say, oh no. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just doing that to secure it just a little bit, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and use like a top stitching length on this one. And I'm going to try to make a box. And I want to show you, I didn't love this one because I backstitched And I thought it looked kind of messy actually. So I tried this one and I did a pull through. I pulled through the thread and I liked it a lot better. So I'm going to attempt that again. Just tuck your zipper tape inside the tab to make sure that it is all hidden. And don't backstitch if you're going to pull through like I am. Or do backstitch if you want to. I don't know if that quite worked, but I think I missed a little bit. No, it's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to pull through the back because the back of this tab doesn't really show. It's only the front that shows because we're snapping it down to the side. And so I didn't like the way the other two came out, so I'm just doing it differently on this one. We'll see if I like it any better. Also, not all fabric is created equally. And my machine doesn't sew exactly the same on all fabric. So maybe that's what it was. Maybe I just didn't like the stitching before. I don't know. Oops. It was good enough. Okay. After you do your knot, you're going to cut it. Just grab your lighter and just melt the threads so they don't come out. If you want to say bada bing, bada boom, go for it. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so there's our zipper tape with our tabs on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this zipper tape and we're going to be making a zipper panel. So the first thing you have to do is you have to mark the centers of your zipper tape. Okay, now I'm going to pull, for this step, I'm going to pull my zipper pull all the way out of the way. It's going to make it easier. I'm going to take one of my exterior. Now, the pattern calls for the zipper panel pieces to all be the same, but because I'm using vinyl, I was afraid of doing multiple layers of vinyl on this pattern. So I went ahead and just did 2 interior smoothie smooth and then 2 of the exterior vinyl. Okay, so you can do it however you want. So I'm going to take one of the exterior vinyl pieces. I've already marked the center of it. And I'm going to just center it up, right sides together of the zipper to the exterior vinyl. Okay, sorry, I'm not reading. I forget to read. Oh, you're looking so official these days. Am I? So official. Well, you haven't seen my party pants I'm wearing. The sewing police will not come after you if you don't deviate. Phew! I thought the sewing police were coming. Okay, then I'm taking my interior. I'm going to lay it right side up. And sometimes this little zipper or double-sided tape likes to get stuck. That's funny. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Boom. If you say things like boom and shakalaka, it helps. Boom. So I'm doing the right side of the interior to the back side of the zipper. I've got my zipper sandwiched in between, and I'm going to sew this together. I'm going to sew it together. If you sing, it helps the sewing. La 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 la. Okay. Trim that away. And then you're going to pull this away from it and just kind of work it with your hands to go straight. Hi, Livia. Hi, Either Or. It's my favorite name, by the way. Either Or. Hi from the UK. Hi, Susan. I always forget what time it is in Europe right now. It's probably the evening, maybe. Is that right? Okay. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but too bad. We're going to do it the hard way. I always say if there's an easy way or a difficult way, I always choose the difficult way. Not on purpose. But. Okay, so now I'm going to top stitch around this whole panel. And I'm just going to keep using my fingers to pull it apart so it doesn't pucker. And I'm going to talk to a little bit and say, get it in there, you. Urgh. Get in there. And I'm going to pull this bottom part out. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Do 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 do. Pull, press. I pull the bottom out. I press the top one down. Do 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 do. Boom. Our last name is Or. Oh, that's so cool. So your name's Mary Or, but Either Or. Okay, I'm loving that even more. Even better. Boop. Once again, sound effects are optional, but recommended. Everything's better with sound effects. Don't you think? I think so. Everyone's excited for the first order of tulip bee to come. I almost cried when I got a box from Annette when she was testing material. I was like, what? For me? It was kind of the best day of my life. Huh. Well, I put a few marks in the vinyl. But you know what? You know there's love puckers and love marks. Those are love marks. It's fine. Okay. So there's one zipper panel. Now we're just going to repeat for the same thing. Boom, boom, laka, 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 boom. I think I put this the wrong way. Yeah, it's going to go the opposite direction. Oh, well. It's kind of directional fabric, right? Because I'm going to have this here. So it's going to actually be opposite. And it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fine. If you go like this, it just means it's fine. Every time we play card games and my husband changes his mind, he says, I want that. And then he goes, never mind. That means erase, erase. It's fine. Okay. I have no idea where my center mark is. I can't see it. So we're going to mark it again. Maybe I never marked this side. I wish I had an industrial machine like yours and Siah's. Yeah, I will admit, Mary, that When Kassiah said she wanted me to have an industrial, I said, that's ridiculous. I already have a Juki TL series. It's perfect. I love it. Mr. Jingles, which is true. I do love him. Also, sometimes there are certain thicknesses that I just cannot figure out how to... Oops, I'm off. I marked the center, and I was on the center, but I'm not lined up with the other zipper panel, so I'm just going to line it up with the other zipper panel. And forget about the center, because I'm not sure what happened there. Anyways, I told her that that's just silliness. And then it came and I started sewing on it and I was like, oh, it's the best thing in my whole life. So I did notice a big difference. Okay, there. It's mostly matched up with the other one. And I'm gonna get this one ready. You plan to retire in Arizona and you're going to have a sewing studio. Oh, that's going to be incredible. Sewing studio, that would be amazing. I have a sewing corner. My daughter says, Mom, you're taking over the whole house. I said, yes. Yes, I am. All right, we're going to sew the next side on. Uh-oh, something's angry. Check my stitching here. No, it's angry. Oh, guys. Yep. Something funky happened here. I don't think I have to redo it. I think I just need to pull the bobbin up again. It's because I got confident and started going fast. That'll happen. It did make a weird noise. I think it was the bobbin. Oh, Araceli, we met her in Seattle. She took a ferry from where she lives across the water and met us at the Stratosphere and the Chihuly Gardens. It was so fun. We got to just hang out. She's the best. Just tell your daughter it's about time. Siah, yes, you were right, and I was wrong. Is that what you want to hear? I love hearing those words from you. So I will tell them to you. You were right. I was wrong. It's true. I know. At least it doesn't matter, right? I can just go right in the middle of it. Okay. All right. Maybe I should not go so fast. I was feeling a little confident. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Oh, it's happy again. Everything's fine. Oh. Right. Now to pull and top stitch the other side. I'm just going to work with it with my hands for a minute. It's your house, Susan. It's your job to fill it with what you see fit. You filled it with some kids too. I did. I did. When we moved into this house, initially we thought, oh good, there's a fourth bedroom. My husband can have a home office, because when we moved here, the deal was he was going to be working remotely for at least 3 days a week. But then we thought, wait a minute. We, meaning me, really. I thought, wait, it could be a perfect music room. So I took that room over as the music room / guest room. We have a pull-out couch in there that we use as our guest room. And my husband ended up getting the long storage closet as his office. So we call it the Cloffice. So that is the running joke in the house, is that he has the cloffice and I have that big massive room for music and you know, for the guest room. So then when I started sewing, I was keeping it kind of in the bedroom and in the music room. I would roll the table in there. I thought, no, this is fine. This is fine. But then when she got this industrial, you obviously can't move it. Like, you got to put it somewhere. You can't just be putting it away. It's got to be somewhere permanently. And there wasn't room in the music room or in my bedroom. So then I moved some things around in the basement and I took over part of the basement. So that's when my daughter's all, Mom, seriously? I'm like, yeah, seriously. Oops. I said, blame Aunt Siah. It's her fault. Oh, Siah said, poor Bryce. Because I said you're in the cloffice. I was talking about the music room / cloffice situation. Yeah, there's a new pattern launching tomorrow, guys. The Siah Sidekick from Lynn's Handmade. Kassiah, aren't you doing a live tomorrow on that one? I think you are. Good thing they all love you. I know. You've worked very hard at being absolutely the favorite. So, good job. Okay, there's the zipper panel. I don't know if it's in the camera. Boom. Zipper panel done. We're going to put that away. We won't need that till the very end, actually. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to... This is the part that I changed slightly. It calls for a mesh pocket this size, but I just went ahead and cut 2 pieces of fabric this same size, and I'm just going to do a slip pocket that I'll divide down the middle because I didn't want to put black mesh in this bag. I just thought it was the wrong color. I'm sure it would have been fine, but I was being weird. Plus, I think it's good to know that sometimes we think we don't have the right stuff for a bag. Like all the different interfacing it called for, I didn't necessarily have the right stuff. So I just used what I had. And guess what? It works just fine. So I'm going to sew this right sides together. I'm just making a little slip pocket. Ooh, you got it all cut out. Awesome. Okay, and then you just turn it out. Just kind of work it with your fingers. And then we'll top stitch across the top to make ourselves a little slip pocket. You could put like a strip across the top instead of doing this if you wanted to. I guess I don't want to because I'm not doing it. Okay. I just kind of keep working with my fingers so it doesn't pucker weird on the top. Have to go to an eye doctor appointment. Day off has never really been a day off. Isn't that true, Heather? You have to use your day off to do all of your stuff that you can't get done while you're working. So dumb. Bye, Heather. I hope she drops the pattern tonight. Does she usually do it the night before? I think she's probably pretty scheduled. I would think, knowing what I know about her. But I guess I've never known how she does her pattern launches. It's a super cute bag. I have a kit from the retreat. Maybe I should try to make one. Okay. So now I have this piece that's just sewn, turned, and top stitched. And I have an interior panel of the bag, and I'm just going to baste it on here. I'm just gonna center it the best I can and do a little basty baste. And I think I will divide it. It's a pretty big pocket. So I'll go up the center in a minute. In fact, I should probably mark it. I'll mark it in a second when I get closer to it. All right, I'm just going to do a mark here. I have the center marked. So I'm just going to go boop. So I can have somewhat of a straight line. And I'm going to go straight up. Straight up now, down, do you? Uh-oh. So let my bobbin wants to be dumb again. And then I'm just going to turn and go right back down. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, no. Oh, she usually drops at midnight. Oh, that's cool. Just purchased to match my beautiful new sling bag. Yeah, and like I said, this one comes in 3 sizes. This is medium. And medium was way larger than I thought it would be. I almost think large, you should put some kind of strap on it to hold it. Okay, so there's that. Got 2 slip pockets. Cool. We won't need that till later. So we're gonna put that in our pile of not till later. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to make our other interior pocket, which is gonna be a zipper pocket. So I prepped this a little bit. So you just put your piece that you cut for your zipper pocket face down onto your interior lining, and you just measure a certain amount down, okay? And then she gives you dimensions to draw a box. So now we're just going to, and I put, just so I could have it ready for the video, there's little pieces of tape here I'll take off in a minute. You're just gonna sew around the box to start off with. I'm doing kind of smaller stitches on this, just because I can be a little more accurate, but you don't have to. Kassiah does her zipper pockets a different way, I believe. Am I right, Siah? Or is this the way you do it? Oh no, I think this, I don't know. Maybe this is the way you do it. And we don't need to pull through this part, so we can back stitch and cut the tails off. Okay, so once you sew around the box, you're going to find your center of that box. And you're gonna mark it so you can cut it. And you're gonna do the little angled corner. And it's gonna show you kind of just where to cut. And the trick is to cut as close to the thread without cutting the thread as possible. I like to start my cut with actually, oh, that's the way you do it. Oh, it's the other way where you start with the facing that you don't like to do. There's another way where you can just do a facing first. But this kind of seems like it does it all in one, leaves out a step, which is nice. Okay, so I'm just going to cut up that line. Just as close as you can without cutting the thread. Famous last words, right? Boop, boop. Dawn, I bet you are. I'm sorry. I wish I could say something that would make you less nervous. Any type of surgery is always nerve-wracking. You always just want to be on the other side of it, right? Have they given you an idea of what the recovery time is? I have 3 of these and hope to bust them out today. Oh, nice. Hey, Lacey. Okay, so now that I have cut to the corners, I'm just gonna, what'd I do? Cut my nail too? Sure did. Not sure how I did that. Oh, now it's snagging on everything. You're gonna pull it through. And this part takes me a hot second, so I'm gonna pre-apologize. But this is a part where you could iron it if you wanted to, and I actually tried that in my practice one, and it just didn't really work. So I'm gonna use these like flat clips while I'm working it with my fingers to see if I can just kind of train it open a little bit. And I'm gonna go, I don't know how I wanna get at it. I got SiahSwag 1341 cylinder arm. Wish I had time to play with it. Darn real work. I know, doesn't life get in the way of our hobby? Yes. Kassiah, do you like your cylinder arm yet, or do you still fight it? Have you become friends with it? Have you named it? Like, where are we at with all that? Okay, so I've kind of clipped it, but from the front, you don't really see any pink. The corners are okay. They're not the most beautiful, but they're not the most terrible. Now you're going to take your zipper with its pull already on, with it closing to the left. And I'm just going to do one side at a time. I went ahead and I actually cut my zipper longer than what it calls for because I wanted a larger margin of error on either side because I can just trim it. Okay, so now I'm going to have to probably take all these clips off on me. Yep. Easy come, easy go. And And with my fingers kind of pushing this down, I'm going to do my best to center it. And I kind of have figured out, like on zipper tape, about where I need to put it so that it gets centered on both sides. There's like these little lines of texture on the zipper tape. And I find that if I have one line of the pattern showing, that when I go to the other side, it's about centered. But I mean, whatever. I don't know if that's scientific or not. So same thing for the other side. I've just taken the tape off. And I'm going to do my best to just kind of tape it down with my fingers and see if I can get okay, like that. And then I'm just going to sew around fairly close to the zipper. And I'm making sure that this part, this extra pocket, is down for this portion. And I am going to leave my thread long for this one and pull it through. Pull my zipper out of the way. I find I held my tongue in a weird position while I do it. Means I'm really concentrating. Get over there. Needs a little extra speed or a little extra push over that zipper tape. All right, I'm going to pull that one through. Okay, I haven't been looking. Oh, hi from Florida. You need more time to make friends. Hey, watching from Sydney. Any more sew in the States coming up? Yes, we'll do more next year. We're done for the year. But we still have, we've done 19. So we still have, what, 31 to go or something? Is that right? So probably the summer and the fall, we will do a few more like groups of states. But we are going to stop traveling after our Wonderground trip. We're going to stop travel till about April. And then we'll pick it back up. We just need a hot second. Okay. So there it is. All right. So now what we have to do is pull this pocket up like this. And I'm just going to sew around all of the edges of this, and then I'll come and I'll trim that zipper. So I'm going to do it with this part facing up so I can kind of pull it up. And I'm just going to kind of look and see if I have everything kind of flat. I'm going to do like a 1/4 inch at the bottom. just so I have a nice big pocket. But then when I get up towards the zipper, I'm going to go in as close as I can. I'm going to bring it in, and I like to just go back over the zipper once, just to give it a little extra strength. Okay, and I'm going to just pull this up out of the way. Go across the top, and then the same thing on this side. I'm going to try to go as close to the zipper tape as I can. And I'm going to back over it just to secure it. And then I'm going to come back out so my pocket can be nice and roomy at the bottom. That's it. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim off. Remember, I cut my zipper bigger than what it called for. Because the first one I made, I actually cut it too small. Like it was gonna barely fit, and I thought, ugh. So I just put a little extra on there. And now after I trim it, I'm just gonna burn the edges so it doesn't fray. That's it. Okay, so you can see that I do have a couple love puckers in the corner, but when it's all sewn together, I think it'll be okay. So there's my zipper pocket. Boop. Cool. Okay, we're gonna put that away. And now we're going to put together the gusset. So we're gonna do the exterior first, and I have my base. And these are the only pieces that I interfaced in the whole bag. I put foam, and then I quilted because to hold the foam together, and then I put Takeover light here. You could do whatever you want. But I did that with the other one, but let me show you. My first one, I did the same thing. Takeover light here, foam here, nothing here. And it's totally fine. I don't feel like you need to do any more interfacing on it. So you're just going to go, it's best to leave it longer than trim. I know, the zipper having it too short is the absolute worst. I just can't concentrate on work, thinking about all the fun things I want to do. I know work gets in the way, doesn't it? All right, so you're going to do your full seam allowance for this part. You're going to sew your gusset to your base, right sides together. And then when you top stitch this one, I did it wrong on the first one. I didn't know I did it wrong till later, but you want to push your extra seam allowance towards the side part, not towards the base, and then top stitch on the side. Like so. And then same thing. And I can tell that my base did shrink a little bit when I quilted it. Oops. That's fine. It's fine. Beep, beep. Okay, same thing, push it up towards the side and top stitch. Boop, boop. And there's your exterior gusset. And that is the Smoothie Smooth from Tulip Bee. I like it. I like it. And not just because it has my name in it. Although that does help. All right, I keep forgetting to read comments. Love puckers. I know, Terry, I call them love puckers because it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Hi, Jane. I'm glad you're here. All right, we're going to do the same thing for our interior gusset. The only difference is I did not line this one. So it's just plain, which means it will line up better. At least my work is repetitive sewing that I can watch. Sewing, doing, oh, that's awesome. Oh, repetitive. So you can watch doing sewing videos. That is great. You don't have to top stitch the gusset or the interior gusset. Just put them together. So some of you may know that I have a daughter who is a bit of an artist. She just loves art and is doing art hours and hours every day. Bye, Rose. Have fun at your meeting. I'm sure that'll be a thrill. So one of the things that she likes to do is kind of like, you know, invent her own character. And so she invented this. She started drawing this character named Sam. And Sam is short for Samsung. And it's this girl who has like a TV for her head. And she decided that for Halloween, she wanted to be this character. You guys, she constructed this character from her imagination, from her drawings, with cardboard and foam core and pipe cleaners and mesh from my sewing that she painted a certain color. She made this box for her head, and she even made a thing to put it like so the box doesn't move. I have no words. I wonder if she would let me show you. It's pretty insane. Okay, so we've got our two gussets together. And I think we're ready. We're ready. Okay. We are going to assemble it now. That's all our parts. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to right sides together. It doesn't matter which exterior you start with. And I pre-apologize because this part takes me a hot second. But we're going to put our gusset to our outer panel. And we're going to attach it. Anyway, so she has spent, first she built a prototype out of cardboard boxes from the garage. And then my husband got her the character's head is pink. So he got her some pink foam core. And I said, you need to build it out of cardboard first before she cut into that. So she built a prototype out of cardboard to make sure all the dimensions were the way she wanted it. And she changed a few things. And then she was getting so frustrated because she couldn't figure out how to cut the foam core with scissors. You know, because you get one cut into foam core and it's so thick, the scissors won't go anymore. And so I thought, well, even though it feels against all my motherly instincts, I showed her how to use like a razor blade and a ruler to score, you know, layer at a time, the foam core till it breaks off. Took her to the kitchen table, showed her how to do it because she was very determined. She did not want us to help her. I kept saying, hey, Dad can help you cut it really straight. She's like, no, I want to do this all by myself. She's like, all right. So I showed her how to use it. She spent a couple days, hours and hours, constructing this costume. And she had, over the last couple months, she's been saying, okay, I need pink pants and I need this shirt. And we've been, you know, finding those things. The last thing we have to do is I need to sew a heart on the shirt for her. That's the only part she'll let me do. And then she has created her character. Her brain definitely works different than mine. But it really does look just like the character. I'm cutting into the gusset because it's a really tight fit. So I'm just going to do my best and say, get in there. Yeah, I hope she lets me share it. I don't want to share it without her permission, of course, because, yeah, I want to respect her privacy, but she does love compliments about her art. That's why I think she might let me. She's always sending things to Kassiah and I saying, what do you think? What do you think? And I tell Kassiah, just tell her you love it. Just get on there, say you love it, find something you love it, compliment her quick. Yeah, I'll have to show you guys the original drawing and then a few evolutions of the drawing and then the costume that she came up with. As a mom, I worry a little bit because she's in 8th grade and I don't want her to be ridiculed. But I also don't want to squash her incredible creativity, you know? So luckily she can't wear any masks to school. So it'll just be for like Halloween parties and stuff. I think I'm going to have a cosplay baby on my hands. So I think I'll be going to cosplay with her. Got to support your kids, right? I don't know the first thing about it, but I will learn. Okay, so the gusset is attached to the exterior panel, and I'm going to go gusset side up for this one, and I'm going to go ahead and attach it. And I'm going to grab a stiletto to kind of help poke it and hold it a little bit. Ellie, you're not late. You're fashionably on time. Maybe that's what it is. Ellie won a bag yesterday. That was fun. And someone else said, I want that bag. And then they won it. That was cool. Hi from Norway. What is that vinyl or WPC? This vinyl is My Little Shindig, Ellie. It's from that line of like the s'mores and the camp stuff. You know what I'm talking about? I bought it to match that, but then I just decided to use it on this. Ellie was there in person when we were doing our in-person My Little Shindig shopping. So she knows what line that is. It's this really cool camp s'mores themed fabric. If you guys haven't checked out My Little Shindig, she has some cool, I don't want to say I'm wrong, but either monthly bags or these tote panels that you can make a lot of different things out of. She's the one who had that shark. I don't know if you guys saw that shark print. That was her, the Jaws shark print. That's My Little Shindig. And she does the monthly Wingo. I think it's monthly. She does a few really fun things. And she's just a fun person. She was our Oregon, so. Bend, Oregon. Such a cute town. We went and did food trucks after the sew, and that was a lot of fun. These corners get me a little bit. The top part likes to slide. There we go. Take some pinking shears and cut the corners right here, just so it turns a little bit better. Oops. Huh. Can't get it apart. There we go. All right, same thing. Second verse, same as the first. Take a drink of water if you need to. I'm clever with my stiletto. Getting crazy. Tell us all the materials. Okay, this is vinyl from My Little Shindig. This is, see on this side, is so pretty. This is Smoothie Smooth from Tulip Bee. It's like a bonded, what is it, Annette? Bonded something. And then I'm just using like a lightweight canvas. And if I knew where I got it, I would tell you. But I really do think I took it from Kassiah's closet a long time ago. With permission, of course. Of course. All right, now we're just going to attach the other side. This is kind of the bonded poly. Okay, see? That's why I just always call it Smoothie Smooth. I can never remember what to call it. I'm all bonded something. And I will say that Annette's bonded poly feels different than Wonderground's bonded poly, which I like. They're not the exact same thing. I like them both, but they are different. I need to compare them. I need to put them side by side and see what's different about them. I purchased my Halloween fabric for bags from there. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. For My Little Shindig. Oh, Toad of the Month. That's what it's called. It's a really cool thing. She has these panels with all these different, you can use it for a toad or you can use it for whatever you want, but she makes it big enough so, I don't know, look it up on her site. It's pretty cool. She just runs her business out of her sewing room up on her second floor of her house. It's a room up above the garage, I think. It's pretty cool. All right, once again, I'm going to cut into the gusset because it doesn't quite fit. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, beep. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, beep. Boop, beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. All right. And then just kind of work it in so it'll fit. I like the way you work it. Anyone? No diggity. Which I will say is my sister's ringtone for when I call. It says, I like the way you work it. No diggity. All right. Number 2. Do, 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 do. I can see my interfacing's coming apart from my material. Oops, it'll be okay. Who wins? Sherry wins. No diggity. I will say this combination of materials is easier to work with than the second bag I made because it was more of a faux suede. And so it was kind of like sticking, like it was just stuck. There was no slidey slide to it. This seems to be much, much better. Okay. Here we go. Side number 2. Gusset up. Stiletto out. Sip of water. That's what it's all about. Gussets up. Stiletto out. A sip of water. That's what it's all about. This one's wanting to slip. I can see it. Get over there. I'm going to poke it and pull it. You gotta poke it. You gotta pull it. You gotta talk really nice to it. Boop. Poke. Pull. Talk nice. You're beautiful. Now stop wrinkling. Of course, the straight parts are a lot easier than the curved parts. Susan, watching you from when you started bag making is very inspiring with the confidence you have now. Well, Terry, I'll tell you a secret. I was actually super nervous for today, so there's that. But I figure whatever happens, happens, right? Poke, pull, talk nice. Oh, you beautiful little thing. Poke, pull. Ah, ah. Boom. All right. We'll keep those right there because we've got to do the same thing. The same thing. All right. Okay. There it is. Maybe we're going to do a different step first. Next, we are going to attach the zipper panel to the exterior. Yes. I think I need to flip this. Oh, I have to trim the corners. I'm all thinking I'm missing a step. Okay. Love the sound effects. Doot, doot. I just feel like sound effects make everything less stressful. Like, how can you be angry or nervous when you're making sound effects? Impossible. Just impossible. Okay, we're gonna flip this guy out. Oh no, I wasn't supposed to flip it. That's funny. Okay, well, it's going to be beautiful, but we're going to flip it back. I'm all thinking, how do we attach that zipper? I think it's right sides to right sides. Oopsie poopsie. That was fun. These pouches are a very nice size. I know, this is medium. Isn't that crazy, you guys? How are you liking your King Max? I will actually admit I love the King Max. I know Kassiah's going to hear that and her head's going to get really big, but I accept. Okay, this is the part where you really have to think about it. I want my tag, so you guys work this out with me. I want my tag on the front. I want my zipper pull closing to the left. So I think I put the closed end I think it's this way. Well, yes, I really think it's this way. All right. We're going to sew the zipper panel right side to the exterior. Oh, thanks, Natalie. I've got a little tulipy, a little my little shindig, and a little my sister's closet. Doesn't the zipper get sewn into the interior? No, it doesn't. It gets sewn this way, and then we put the interior in and we sew it all like that. So, all right. We're sewing the panel to the exterior, right sides together. I've centered my panel, and I'm just going to sew from the edge of the panel to the edge of the panel. And I'm just basting because there's going to be another stitch in a minute. That will secure it better. Okay, so here's what I have. I have part of the panel sewn in, right sides together, and I'm going to unzip it, beep boop boop, and I'm going to now attach this to the right side. Right sides to right sides again, we're just going to do the other side. Okay, so same thing. Now you're just going to sew from the side of the panel to the side of the zipper panel. We're just basting it across the top. Right sides to right sides. I'm just tucking this extra zipper out of the way. Because sewing your zipper into your panel would be so embarrassing. So there's our exterior, all done with the zipper panel. And we're just gonna put that aside for a minute while we finish our interior. Goodbye. All right. Now, for the interior, we have our zipper pocket and we have our slip pocket. Doesn't matter which side you start with. We're going to be clipping it to our gusset, right sides together, and then we're going to sew the interior, the lining, at a slightly bigger seam allowance, except for at the very top. And I'll kind of show you where that is. Let's see. I always have to think about which way I want my clips, because I like the clips to be the right way. Okay, we've all done that once. Yeah, sewing zip. Me too. I have done it. Don't you just love your sister's closet? My sister and I used to do something similar at my parents' home to their freezer and pantry. We called it home shopping. Yes, sister shopping's the best. Hey from Alabama. Hey Charlotte. My kids always make costumes for Talk Like a Pirate Day. Oh, that's so cool. It's fun when kids get excited to make their own things. They make a mess though. If you saw the pictures of the pure carnage that was left in my house after her costume making, but she was like a mad scientist in a zone. She had trashed every corner of the house, and I didn't have it in me to stop her to have her clean, so I let it go overnight because the next day was the day off of school, and I was like, okay, now you have to clean. Sure enough, she did. So I'm glad I left her alone. It's like when she's in that mode of creating, you can see it. Like she's in a zone. Okay, and I'm going to say this out loud so I don't forget to do it, but we are going to start at our normal seam allowance at the top, and then when we get about an inch down, we're going to move it in to make a bigger seam allowance. And on the second side of this, we're actually going to leave a hole in the bottom that we're going to turn it through. And I'm saying that out loud so that perhaps I can maybe remember. All right, let's see how this fits. I probably need to clip this, but not maybe as much as I had to the other one. It needs a little bit. Just when you clip it, make sure you're clipping smaller than whatever your seam allowance is, and you'll be okay. Okay, same thing, we're going to clip the other side. Boop, beep, boop, pop, beep, boop, pop, 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 pop. The first time Siah told me to clip into it, I was like, are you kidding me? You want me to cut it? I thought she was insane. Turns out she was right. So, hope you're happy with yourself, Siah. Hope you're happy, because you were right. I thought I would never. Okay. So, we have side number 1 snipped and clipped. Okay. So, this is the part when I was just learning how to do this, this made me really nervous. So if you've never done this before, I'm going to show you, I'll do it for one side. I would mark on my material, like I'm going to do like 1.5 inches maybe. 1.5 inches at my normal seam allowance. And then I would come down and I would mark what my bigger seam allowance is, just so I would have a visual of it. Can you see that? so that I can know I'm starting my normal seam allowance in and then it goes out here. It was a lot easier for me to do it that way at first. I always marked it. Now sometimes I mark it, but sometimes I just eyeball it. And then I have to remember to do the same thing when I come up on the other side. I have to go back out to that, or in, or I don't know what it is. So now I'm shifting to my larger seam allowance, and I'm there. I was always afraid it needed to be like exact, like, I'm like, well, how far down? It didn't really matter. It's just that the top part has to be the normal seam allowance so it will fit with the exterior. And the bottom part needs to be bigger so it will fit inside better. Oops, I clipped mine upside down. Well, that's embarrassing. It's really hard for me not to get love puckers in this part. But I tell myself it's not the end of the world because it's the interior. Maybe it is the end of the world though. Should I be upset? More upset than I am? I don't know. Yeah, I think I just got a big old pucker in there. Whoopsie poops. And I'm talking to myself right now saying, remember to go to the different seam allowance. Remember, because I always forget when I come on the other side. So I'm just going to eyeball it. And I'm going to go back out. Oh yeah, I got a nice love pucker on that one. Honestly, sometimes you can work them out with your fingers. You can just kind of pull the fabric a little bit. Unless it's folded over too much. That one is really committed. This side might be convinced to not pucker. All right. It's going to be fine. It's fine. Okay. So there we go. I'm going to do the same thing I did, where I'm just going to trim the curve part. Ooh. Harder to trim because I have more layers, I guess. I even got new scissors. Maybe the problem is me and not the scissors. Seriously. Okay. I'm going to trim just a little bit of the bottom too. You just don't want to trim the top edge. Okay. There we go. Side number one. I haven't looked up in a long time. Clips don't matter that much. You still mark it. Oh yeah, you could embroider on this, couldn't you? That's a great idea. Interiors always pucker. Nobody can tell. Oh, that's good. I've marked my sides so I won't forget. That is a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna attach my last part. Now on this part here, we're actually gonna leave a gap at the bottom where we are gonna leave an opening, but I'm still gonna clip it. I'm gonna talk to myself a lot so that I don't forget to actually not sew there, but I need to clip it so it will just kind of stay in place so I can get those corners settled in where they need to be. Maybe you don't have to clip it. I don't know. I do. And you can tell that this vinyl is just frayed a little bit on the edges. You could always just like singe it a little bit. Okay. Coming up to my sides, I'm going to do the same thing where I start at the regular seam allowance and then I go slightly larger after about 1 inch or 1.5 inches. You better mark it. It always sews clothes. I always sew my clothes. I should, but it wouldn't make for good live TV if there wasn't some suspense, right? Plus, you guys have to yell at me through the chat and say stop. Not that I ever look up. All right. Let's do our corners. I've dropped so many clips. Okay, once again, I'm just going to cut into the gusset just to make it fit. I'm going to talk real nice to it and say, oh, you cute little thing. I have rehearsal tomorrow night and I haven't practiced yet. I need to practice. Okay. Boop, beep, boop, 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 beep, 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 boop, 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 beep, boop, 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 boop. Okay. Susan, don't go past that. Do you think that worked? I don't know. I'm going to get some water. That's going to help. Bye, Ellie. I was told that you can sharpen scissors by cutting foil. Really? They're brand new, though, so maybe it's me. Okay. So, starting at our normal seam allowance, this is me trying to tell myself not to forget. Do a little back stitch. Do. Get down tonight. And then we come in. Okay, I'm going to come past the curve. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to come off and backstitch. This one lady on the internet called SiahSwag does it this way, where she comes off to reinforce that, so when we turn it, it won't pull the stitch out. And then I'm going to come back up at a 90-degree turn after a good amount. And I'm going to backstitch real good. And continue. Everything's fine. I just went way too far out. But I can go back if I need to. I'm going to keep going. And this is the part where I'm talking to myself again to change the seam allowance. Change the seam allowance. Yeah, it would be smarter just to mark it, right? Then your brain doesn't have to work so hard. I can tell my fabric has shifted a little bit. Okay, so you're going to turn that out because we're going to put this right side out into our exterior, which is right side in right now. Just making sure I got everything here. Okay, that's the side that's not quite sewn up yet. That side's done. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so next. I want my zipper at the back of my bag. I hope I've done my zipper the right way, my main zipper. Uh-oh, I don't think I did. Well, my zipper's going to be opposite. Whatever. Okay, I want my zipper pocket at the back of my bag, so I'm going to put it right sides together with the back of my bag. Okay? Yeah, I think my zipper's wrong. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to clip this right side to right side. Oh, I need to tuck this guy all the way in. I'm going to tuck him all the way down. Especially make sure that zipper pull doesn't get away. So your extra zipper part is tucked in there. Turn it right side out to see. Well, if it's backwards, it's okay. I'm not going to redo it. Okay. And we're going to clip this right sides together and sew around it. And then we're going to do, oh, I'm just dropping off clips. I just dropped 3 clips in a row. That's funny. And then we're going to turn and burn, baby. Turn it and burn it. Speaking of burning, no, I shouldn't do it. It's fine. It's going to get sewn in. This vinyl is, or the canvas is wanting to be naughty on the edges. But I'm about to sew it in, so it doesn't matter. What are we saying? Just means your label is on the back, not your front. Well, we'll find out. I did it right on the other ones, and I thought I did the same method, but I wasn't on a live video when I was practicing, so I had a little more space to think. It is different. The brain doesn't quite work the same. Not sure why. Nice. Ooh, that. Oh my heavens. Clips are flying and breaking. That fits in so perfect. On my first bag, I actually forgot to leave the top seam of the interior the same size, and so it didn't really fit. So I had to make snips in it, and I made it work. Live and learn. Best lessons are usually learned by mistakes. That's how I learn. I think I forgot to cut the corners of the interior. It's fine. Have to go to work. See you in 2 weeks. Okay, Tammy, bring your card shark abilities. Here we go, guys. We are going to stitch all the way around this. And I wonder if I change this camera. I have another camera in front of me. Give me just a second. If the view is any better. Just a second, sorry. Is that view better for this part? Or not really? I think either way you just see the bag in the way, right? Oh, there's spots on my pedal. Is that any better? Or is that just annoying? The lining slipped a little bit. Brenda. Almost there. It is almost turn and burn time. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we'll go this way for turn and burn. Can you see it? Guess I need to cut the string off, don't I? You can do it. You can do it. This is the part where we see what we have, right? All right, poke all these corners out. I might grab my chopstick here. Get all the creases out. It's kind of fun. All right, I'm gonna pop. I'm gonna just close up the bottom, even though I know you're supposed to like do all the way, but it's okay. I'm gonna close up the bottom and put that in, and then we're gonna add snaps to the side. Now you can top stitch or not. I've done it both ways. Both ways are great. I think we're gonna move on to snaps after this. We're gonna snap those zippers down, and I think I did do it backwards. I think my zipper is backwards, but that's okay. It will zip and open anyway. Just trying to make sure this zipper pocket isn't caught in here. Okay, so I'm going to close up the bottom. Then we're gonna just finish it off by putting snaps on the tabs. We're almost there, you guys. As Kassiah would say, home stretch. Ah, my zipper's backwards. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so you have an option to top stitch around here, here, or not. All right. I think I'm just going to move on to the snaps, actually. But you could top stitch right there if you'd like. Love the quilted bottom. Thank you. I do too. It's fun. Kind of adds a little texture, if you will. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take either this kind of hole punch, or this kind of hole punch, and I tend to have to use a combination of both to get this to work. It's great for a left-handed person. You're right. Who do I know that's left-handed? I'll find someone. Look at that, guys. That's so cute. Well, that zipper was right. This zipper, you know what? It's not wrong. It's creative, right? Okay, so I'm going to grab some snap parts out. I'm going to grab 2 of everything. Okay, there's 2 of everything. You could, these snap sets actually come with tools where you can do it with just these tools. So if you don't have these other things, you can still do it. I actually used to do it with those tools. It's just a little bit easier with these ones, but it's still doable. Okay, so I'm going to put these down for a minute. Put them out of the way. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, you can mark it so you can have exact or eyeball it. I'm going to mark the, I'm going to just punch the center, and I am going to eyeball it. I'm just going to kind of put it down. Okay. And I'm going to punch the center out of that. I'm going to do the same for this side. And I believe this is why we, you know, at the very beginning, we cut that zipper out. We cut the teeth out. This zipper tape goes all the way down to here, but we cut the teeth out right there. It's so we can get the snap in. So that's why. All right, now I'm going to take a marker or a pen or whatever, and I'm just going to kind of pull this down. And I'm going to give it, I'm not going to pull it super tight. I'm going to give it just a little bit of space. And I'm going to mark right through that hole. Okay, I'm going to do the same for the other side. Close it up. Try to get it as centered as possible. Give it just a little bit of wiggle room. And make the hole in it. Okay, so this next part is just a little tricky to get this tool in there, but I'm going to try it. It might work, it might not. The trick is to pull it. Can you guys see this in the camera at all? I'm going to pull it down. And I think I got it. This longer post one goes inside. Oh, see, my hole is not in the right spot on the lining, and this is what I had to do with my last one. So this is where I bring this over here. And I'm just gonna recut the lining right where I want it. Now let's see if we got it. Got it that time. Okay. And that goes on top of that. Okay, I'm gonna, hopefully that'll stay in there. So I got that in. And I'm gonna come try to do the same thing over here. Love the colors, thank you. Could you remove the zipper end and pull and put on the opposite way? Huh. You know? Did I already go the wrong way? I could. I see what you're saying. I could take off this tab. I could pull the zipper off, put it back on that way, and put the tab back on. Oh my word. Yes. I think I'll do that. Should I just finish one snap and do that off camera, or do you guys want me to do that? Yes, it can be fixed. So my zipper right now is closing this way. Because I have all this extra space, I just unstitch this, pull it off, put it back on, put the tab back on, and snap it down. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Mary. Does it really make that matter that much on a pouch? Probably not. But I love that there's a solution to it, right? Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do this other side. Gonna get these snaps in. We're almost there, guys. This is it. Just hope it goes in the right place. It's the lining that shifts. Oh, I think that one worked. Yes, that one worked first try. Okay. All right, I'm gonna bring my press right here and we're gonna put these snaps in. Get rid of all of this off the table. Okay, let me see which one I have in here. I have this part. So snaps are interesting because you kind of have to think about it. You want this nice, you know, looks like a nice smooth button part to show. And then the female underneath it. Okay, so it looks like this. So the die I have right now, the top one is for the female and the bottom one is for that button part. So we're going to do that part first on both of them. You can kind of hear that little click, right? So then you're gonna just change out. There are like charts that you can see what the different dies are for. I just have dies for rivets and for snaps. So I'm starting to figure it out. All right. So then this part has a long post on it and then like a little nub. And so the long post goes inside and comes out and that part just sits right there. You just want to set it on there, come down really slowly to make sure you're on it, and then just give it a little press. Okay, next side. I decided not to switch the zipper just for time, but I love that there is a way to fix that. And I could always take this snap out and still do that if I wanted to, but I think we're just gonna go for it. Okay. Move that a little bit. And then zip it up. Snap it. Snap it. And there you go. There it is, the Plover Pouch. Oh, what do you guys think? I'll move this one a little bit. Am I in it? Yes, there it is, guys, the Plover Pouch. So it's got snapped zipper ends. You could easily put a pocket on the outside if you wanted to. On the inside, you've got a zipper pocket, 2 slip pockets, and a partridge in a pear tree. So there they are. These are the medium Plover pouches. Oh, it worked. I bet the small would be really cute. The large, I would almost think you would want to put like a strap on it to carry it, because I would think the large would be bigger than what you would want to carry with your hands. Maybe I'll try one. The pattern comes with all 3. So there it is. Thanks guys for watching. I'm always amazed when I turn it and I'm like, it worked. I can't believe it worked. It's a miracle. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, Kassiah is going on and doing the new patterns, the Siah Sidekick by Lynn's Handmade. It's coming out tomorrow morning or tonight at midnight or whatever. And thanks for letting me take over the channel for October. That was it. That was fun. I won't say it was easy because I had to practice and it took me a long time to prep and practice this, but the bag itself is not hard. It's just a lot of steps. And my zipper's backwards, but we don't care. It's totally fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. All right, you guys have a fantastic week.